fellow babies, and welcome to the 42 minute later after show.
Woo, 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 woo. Hope you brought beer.
Yeah, for me.
And snacks.
Yeah, for him. Me. I want snacks too. I would like corn chips. I like corn chips.
Hey, starting off the show, talking about snacks. I want to give a little shout out to a struggling channel out there called Beard Meets Food. He's struggling. He's basically a competition eater, and he eats lots of food and eats fast. And he just hit today 1 billion views.
Whoa!
On his channel.
Holy!
That's a big number.
Holy!
So yeah, just like give a shout out to a struggling little channel.
We're slowly closing in on 1 million views. We're almost 940,000. So it's coming.
That's pretty astonishing.
Yeah.
Even for us little tiny little outfit, that's not bad.
Yeah, and don't get the mental picture of him in a tiny little outfit. That's not what he meant.
And it's just not. And it's not me and Dick just like clicking rewatch every 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's not actually. I don't have time for that.
I don't want to see your face again. It's hard enough just being here. I want to see repeats.
Oh, sorry.
So one day, everybody, we might be able to claim we hit 1 billion views. And you know how we can do that? Do you know how you can do that, people? You can share us out on social media.
That's right.
Tell your friends. Just walk down the streets with a billboard. Said, have you watched the Shills of the 42 show? Watch them now. Here's a link. Take a flyer. Here's a sticker. Yeah. Your uncle and aunts you haven't spoken to in a long time. Ring them up.
Put your shopping cart aside. Pick up a sign.
Well, we can hope.
Yeah. It's getting cold here now. I know usually I'm like, well, I live in a special part of BC, Canada and whatnot, where it stays warmer and whatnot. Yeah, I'm foot and mouth right now. We literally had 1 degree Celsius this morning. But it is really cold for that. It's too cold for that this time of year normally for us. So it should fix itself again before we get like a real winter. God, I hope so. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, we're going to do a fundraiser to buy Dick a coat.
Yeah.
Oh, PJ in the chat says there was a UK YouTuber that started reviewing takeaways and cafes during restrictions. Yeah, I know the channel. It's called Rate My Takeaway. Like a big bloke. He just goes around and he sets up like a folding table outside the takeaway. And just go, oh, look at the chips and fish and whatever, and kebabs and just huge amounts of food that
and
just going to give you a heart attack. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious, and his channel just like blew up. As well did his stomach, but But he ended up taking the money that he was raising from his channel and opened up his own takeaway.
Oh, that's cool.
How cool is that? You actually turn the proceeds that you make from your channel on the thing that you're passionate about. You just like found I'll just do videos of rate and takeaway. But he's turned it into something.
Yeah, but the ability to both eat and expand doesn't mean you have the ability to cook. So I hope he's hired good people, because who knows, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. He's just taking his taste buds and put proper people in charge.
Yeah, I hope he's not in there going, no, don't worry, man. I make the best mac and cheese you've ever seen.
Yeah. We boil it in the bag and cover it in chili sauce and
we cook our macaroni in Perrier water. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, we cook our pizzas on a rotisserie.
Yeah.
Yes, we know all the cheese falls off, but hell, we're trying. We're coming up with new ideas here.
You ever had a hot dog cooked by blowtorch?
I didn't know where you were going to go there.
Yeah. What he should do is start a company that cooks food off of the engine's warmth in a taxi.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then the taxis, whenever they come back to fuel up, they just unload their food at the same time from under the hood.
Unfortunately, it's electric taxi. We'll just do it as the taxi burns in flames.
That's true. Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think if our channel? Well, I say when our channel gets big, because our lovely viewers out there are going to help that happen.
I once had a channel this big.
when our channel gets to that kind of size, what would you think we could turn ourselves to? Taking
monkeys,
rocks, teaching
teaching
monkeys to do the show instead.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. I'd watch that.
Yeah,
no, do you think we could start?
No
a
monkey,
newspaper?
bad monkey. It's fellow babies.
Get those other 20 chimpanzees in there's writing my script. It's gibberish.
Yeah. Get them better typewriters. I can't say this crap. This is like, who wrote this? Lucas?
PJC that says the Shills has grown a lot since I first visited. You know what? It'd probably grown a lot more if you weren't here.
What a dork.
Yeah. He knows he likes to laugh. He likes to laugh. But my God, yeah, boy has the channel changed. Since you joined us, PJ.
Yeah,
you
ought to see
shouting at you over flat Earth stupidity and stuff.
Well, speaking of, we used to do a lot of debunking for those that don't know that, and we would debunk medical misinformation, flat Earth a lot and whatnot, right? And every week now, we get a medical misinformation takedown notice of a video, and I have to appeal it to say, no, if you would just listen before and after, we're debunking it, and what we've been doing is going back through and unlisting some of those videos because they're just getting us in shit all the time. Yeah. It's not worth it,
But like you said to me that, in the process of unlisting them, that means
that triggers
YouTube,
the check.
It goes, oh, well, why are you unlisting that? Oh, we'll take you down because of the channel of the video you're hiding.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. We're going to remove the video that you just removed.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Does anybody there speak English?
Yeah. Could somebody restart the AI bot in Google?
Yeah.
It needs to be broken.
It's so confusing. And they've done this thing now where they're doing their best to try to force us to put ads in the live stream. So I used to be able to just go and set the default preference to no ads, mid-roll ads during a live stream, and they would never happen. But that's no longer a default you can select in your settings. So now I have to select no and no every time I make a live stream. They're trying so hard to make people just give up and say, screw it, I'll just do it then, It's so bad.
No, we got no time for ads on this show. That's why I'm having this delicious bowl of Huel. Huel, the food you can boil in a bag and put a kettle on and just eat like gruel. It's delicious.
Yeah, we can't even afford to eat like, stranded astronauts,
Hang on while I just shave my pubic hair with this device.
Yeah, Richard Stevens knows what I mean with the whole YouTube change. It's ridiculous. Just let me select no, because I'm never going to do it. Screw you, That Tang. I remember being a kid in the 70s and Tang was astronaut juice, so it was my drink, man. Absolutely. That's funny.
Bringing it PJ in the chat again says YouTube are getting greedy with ad blockers.
Oh, yeah.
That's simple. You get an ad blocker.
Yeah, I got 13 ad blockers installed in my browser, so I don't have to, This one blocks the blocker because the blocker gets blocked by the blocker's blocker.
Insanity.
Yeah, they have Tang up here, Teresa. Canada, Tang? We have Tang. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and now that I actually bought it a couple times, and it's like thick and syrupy when you make it, and it's just not anything you should be. I can't imagine I liked it as a kid, so I think it's probably changed over time.
No, I used to get a lot of tang back when in the days of Vietnam. There was a lot of tang out there.
Jesus Christ!
Oh dear. Sorry.
I have jokes for you right now based on that, but I'll get in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just shut up. I'll just sit here and just let you blabber on instead.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
No
that's
one needs
good.
to hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't do. Okay, I won't do that then. Hey, I had an idea. You know what? We're talking about landfill as far as like electric cars and and computers and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was thinking about this. It's like electric drills and and tools. They all come in like batteries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely zero standardization across the board as far as that's concerned. If you buy a drill, you're buying another bloody battery system for that particular drill. If the drill dies, you have to throw the battery away and stuff like that. Why doesn't the industry come up with a standardization? In the same way as like the phone companies, that they're trying to like standardize USB-C or whatever they're going to use on phone connectors.
Yeah.
Why doesn't everybody come up with like a standardization for batteries?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got so many devices, and they're all using their own different batteries, and they're all just going to become a landfill in the end.
Yep.
Whether one bit works, the other bit doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Work. Because there's our local supermarket, Lidl.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Pretty shitty company, and they do.
That's what I heard.
Actually, to be fair, no, actually, it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. The food's there, great. There's a lot of really good stuff there, but they do like a selection of tools, DIY tools and things like that. And generally, when you're buying the tool, they don't come with a battery because everything in their range uses the same batteries.
Right.
So you buy into and they're cheap. They're really, really cheap. And you buy the tool, you can buy the battery. And then once you bought the battery system, you can buy any of the tools.
But you're answering your own question, because Milwaukee and DeWalt all do the same thing pretty much, right? So
yes.
It's an ecosystem, and that's why they don't want to play with each other, because then you could go to the store and go, oh, but the Mastercraft drill's on sale. I'll just get that one this time and use your battery, right? They don't want that.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. We should have the ecosystem that crosses over.
Yeah, we should, for sure.
That's what we should have.
Yeah. It's like you don't have to buy Ferrari tires. You can go to Michelin.
Yeah. Yeah, there's standardization there. There are certain industries that are standardized, and there's some that aren't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about batteries, we use batteries now for electric bikes,
everything.
Vacuum cleaners. Not to mention
vibrators.
If you put in a 24-volt battery on a vibrator, you're looking for some serious action. But at least give us the choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's try and fix that, and then
and it would
be a better place.
Yeah, there would be so much. And battery e-waste is nasty e-waste. So for sure, I totally agree there. There's quite a few things when you really start thinking about it that way too, that could be more standardized to be more usable, right, across the board.
Yeah.
Like take those Bluetooth speakers and devices like that. You remember the old hard snap-in batteries from cell phones, Blackberries, early Samsungs and stuff? If they all just used one or two or three of those, depending on how much power they needed, everybody could have a charger, blah, blah, the whole bit done, right? Oh, yeah. But then devices would last longer. Nobody wants that, right? That's the ugly truth, is nobody wants this crap in their industry because we have to purchase more without it, right?
Well, you say nobody wants it. We want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This is where the industry has us over, the barrel. It goes back to the right to repair and stuff like that.
Totally.
They just want us to buy shit.
Yeah.
Buy.
You know, totally. It's like I remember once a friend of mine showed me that the quadruple A cell batteries, you know, the smaller ones, and the double A's and whatnot, you can actually peel them open and they're just made of coin cell batteries stacked.
Yeah.
Right now it's like, oh, that's a cheap way to get coin cells, you know? Yeah. But, you know, it's for the most part, I mean, big business is just against anything consumer now because all they want is more money. The greed is out of control, you know? You know, I personally really put it down to stock market stuff because as far as the stock market sees it, if your company is not growing, you're failing. Even though you're not failing, you're just status quo year on year, you're failing. And the pressure is just too much. It's ridiculous. And it really only makes money for people that aren't even a part of the goddamn chain of it all.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the other thing as well, when you talk about it, you know, greed, as far as that's concerned, you know, it even goes on with the communist countries as well, which essentially that's supposed to be eradicated from their system.
Yeah. But it's one of the foundations, to be honest.
Yeah, and we're the people who are buying all their stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't really quite work.
Yeah, not even close.
There's no such thing as a utopian society yet that can.
I mean,
just do things right.
Yeah, if you look back at the high days of communism in Russia, it was still most people couldn't even afford a car. Some people got the crappy car, and a few officials at the top and stuff got the good car. I mean, it's just they're living in luxury. Everybody else, like it's just there's the people in power never let it all be a little bit nicer. It's all a grab now. It's really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that episode of Star Trek of the big CEO of the guy who owns the company that builds all the starships, and has got the contracts, and he's bought his own planet, and lives there like a king.
Yeah. But like in Star Trek, how they say, we don't use money anymore. We work to better ourselves. Really easy to say as the captain, but tell that to the guy who has to clean the broken toilet. I just don't think he's seeing it that way. He's just like, well, I need to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so I got to do something.
Yeah, they kind of skirt around that because you have that bits where
because it doesn't make sense, right?
Scotty's retiring. He says, "Yeah, I've just bought a boat. Oh, what with?"
Yeah,
hey? What did you buy that with? Oh, I bought you these glasses for your birthday. What with?
Yeah.
Did you steal them?
Yeah.
I want those from my friend Captain Kirk here for his birthday. Yeah. Here you are, sir. No charge. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
How's that work? Because everybody would want all the nice things.
Yeah. I mean, if you have access to a replicator, why are you doing anybody's bidding? Why aren't you just living in a cool place on the beach going, yep, another day in paradise? I don't get it,
Well, no, it wouldn't be. You wouldn't be in paradise because you'd be in a holodeck. Because you couldn't afford to live on a beach because all the rich people who own the beaches, you'd have to be in a tiny little cubicle VR helmet inside your head.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, here's your bucket, sir.
Being pumped food through a tube directly into your stomach, so you don't even have to consume it. Yeah. And another tube going out. In fact, it's just a circle.
Yeah, they just use me for electricity.
It goes into your stomach, back out your backside, back into the replicator again, just to free gruel into you. Meanwhile, you've got your headset on, and you believe you're a captain of a starship.
Yeah. Exactly. Is that our future? Is that where we're really going to be? Not.
Where the whole idea of Starfleet and Star Trek is just basically a video game VR helmet you stick on, and you think you're in this utopian society. Meanwhile, you're just in a little box. Yeah. You're in grandma's cupboard, Oh God. Yeah, I've got a strange idea that's more likely to be the future than the idyllic one.
Yeah. But it's Those kinds of things are just funny to think about at times, you know. We have to do the shout out for the Halloween contest over in the Discord and everything.
Oh yes, we do.
Yeah, here, look at this. We have graphics and all. Look, CF's been very busy. That looks awesome. That's really cool. I have to go get in over there. I'm actually being forced to have a Discord account of my own by tomorrow, so I'll be in it proper. Yes, being forced. But so yeah, the Halloween contest goes scavenger hunt. It's a daily thing. So far we got 6 winners. So keep your eye out. Rules are in the room. Best Halloween meme and best Halloween pet pick. So put that pet of yours in something silly looking and get the votes. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah. Have you ever tried putting I tried putting my underpants on my dog. She's got 4 legs. I got 2. Just doesn't work. Can't figure that one out. But yeah. And there's some lovely prizes as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. So check it out. You know, get your ass into the Discord and you will be so glad you did. Yeah, CF's got this nailed. Shayna Caldwell's a big part of this too, I do believe.
Yeah, the two of them have been working on this one.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. And Discord links are coming up. Oh, they're right there because CF Beauty's like 2 steps ahead of me again. So. There you go.
Why do we even bother being here? You don't need us. Just
CF,
just do the chat thing.
CF's actually programming a Dick Dawson and Dunk AI, like 2 separate ones, and pretty soon she's just not going to invite us. But you won't know, right?
Yeah.
You know.
No, you will know because it'll be better.
Less alcohol-y, you know.
Oh, cheers! Thank you.
There was a couple things I wanted to bring up here. Trying to remember, but I'm getting that dead brain thing, you know. What the hell was it? I hate that.
CF,
you know,
CF, hurry up with the AI. Dick's glitching. We just need to switch.
Yeah, Control Alt Delete. Control Alt Delete.
We'll have a Max Headroom style Dick Dawson instead.
Yeah, and if you see me, give me a wave. I love to see style. I do know that's one of the things he said, but I never actually watched that show. I saw that in a clip once.
Yes. I remember watching it back in the day. It was quite funny. Yeah, well, it basically just did like a chart show sort of thing with music and him doing funny bits in between it. We had the movie as well, but that was great.
Yeah, no, that was at a time in my life when I was busy having sex. Yeah.
Well, you see, the thing is, what I found was I didn't have to be doing sex 24/7, and there were like bits in between where I could, drink beer, watch movies, and things like that. And then, the sex bit was just about, an additional small part of the day. But yeah, you being a musician, not having time to learn or play songs, just
I don't know. It's all
just being a vessel of sex and debauchery. Yeah.
Sex. That's all you ever think about day and night. Is it too big? Is it too small?
There's TV shows from around that era that I never really got into just because, I was having more fun than I should have at the time, right?
Mm.
Yeah. It was pretty wild when I was younger.
But now you're an old fart. You've got plenty of time to go back and watch them.
Yeah, that's true. No, I don't think that show would be one that holds up well, would it?
The original movie, I still quite like it, but I probably got a sentimental attachment to it. But then you got to get the British version, not the American US version, because the British version was slightly better, I think.
I had no idea about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it the
Well, you
same
can get-
dude? Is it what's his nuts
Oh yeah,
still?
yeah. It's still Matt Frewer. Yeah.
He's got a unique thing as an actor. I kind of like that guy.
Yeah, he's gets everywhere.
He can be creepy.
Yeah. Well, what was it we were watching the other night on the Discord? And he was, it's Matt Frewer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's in the Poor Assurance bit in The Meaning of Life.
That's right. Yeah. The Crimson Permanent Assurance. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going. Yeah, there he is. It's Max Headroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
been
he's
in
cool.
Star Trek. He's any science fiction thing he's been in.
Oh yeah.
He always looks ill. I think he did have an illness at some point, but you know he generally just always looked like gaunt. He's got this massive chin and huge smile. Just big teeth and bitey.
He would probably be really good at playing Skeletor from He-Man. You know, that kind of a thing. You know.
Yeah. You know what? I think he'd be good at playing just a lot of things. There's a lot of things that guy can do. He's really good.
Or what about that?
Great guy.
What about that skull riding motorbike movie? What's that one called?
Skeleton on a bike.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
Neither can I.
That was one of those Marvel things again, wasn't it?
I'm not. Oh, really? Huh.
Wasn't it?
Must have been like, you know, before all this new Marvel, like, you know, when they were like still making crappy things.
I'm probably completely wrong. Someone in the chat, come on, help us out there.
Wasn't it Nicolas Cage?
Ghost Rider.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Because I saw it.
Cage, yeah.
Yeah. And there's an older version too that has that guy with the deep voice that's always in Western movies, you know?
Yeah, Purple Rhymes with Orange says, Marvel. It was a Marvel thing.
Oh, okay.
Back in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, I only just discovered that TV show that's out now, The Boys, that was a comic book. But it makes sense because it's so over the top crazy, right? You know?
Yeah. Oh, we got a super chat in. You better do it, Dick.
Oh, yeah.
You're the one on the button.
Yeah. So, a big shout out from NA for $6.66. And he says, thanks a lot, Dick. You trying to make me feel guilty for grilling a ribeye?
When did we do that?
Oh, not long ago, but just, a trickle and a fart away. I don't know what that means even.
That sounds like the beginning of a children's book.
Yeah, you ever been a trickle and a fart away from something? It's just the right distance, let me tell you.
Is it one of the lines from Peter Pan? You know, really just like describing to Wendy where the Neverland is.
Yeah, they sang a song about it, right?
Yeah, it's just a trickle and a fart. A trickle and a fart away.
Yeah. Just you and your flatulence saving the day.
Oh, that's what we should do. We should write a musical.
Yeah. Yeah. The to afford food bit. That's what he was referring to. I knew there was a reference that made sense there, but just overselling it.
Yeah. You could always buy a bag of gruel from Huel. Huel for the gruel.
Yeah, and a packet of gravel.
The only reason I say that is because I watched a video earlier. Was they were doing the promotion thing with the Huel, and it's just like they got a bolt, and it's just like you got a bag of dry stuff. You pour it into the bowl. You put hot water into it, and you have this delicious meal. And, geez, honest to God, I felt like sick just watching it. It's just horrible.
Just must taste like the drippings from somebody's sickly anus. Like that's just not right.
It's basically just like just taking something like a pot noodle or something and just constituted dry stuff with hot water that
Oh,
expands because and basically you're just filling your stomach with expanded water grains because that's what they do when they're dehydrated. Oh no, it looked really bad. Yeah, just give me a pot noodle. I'll just do that.
well, I'm having a liquid supper tonight.
No, probably explains the diarrhea explosion that's happening in the UK because
yeah,
everybody's eating Huel.
that was a funny article, man. To find that, But if you live in the UK, I hope you're not, making a mess of your own toilet tonight.
Well, I'm in the UK, and it was news to me. I haven't heard anything about this. I don't know where it's come from. But
Have you seen your son today? Maybe he's been in the bathroom all day suffering with it. MDAO is in the chat asking, "Hey Dunk, what does your wife sell on Etsy, please?"
Stuff. Mostly heroin and cocaine. You can get PCP, angel dust, nuclear weapons, codes, armaments.
We'll be back. We'll be back after we fight for the right to have a channel again. Moron.
Yeah, Talking Bloke says Dunk's body. I guess no, my body is not worth selling on Etsy, eBay, or just free cycle. Just forget it. This is good on the dump. No, she sells jewelry and crafty things.
They make candles from Dunk's diarrhea problem.
No. Yeah, but they're never set.
Yeah.
Always a bit dribbly.
Yeah, they come in a test tube.
Yeah, can't light the buggers either.
Don't light the buggers.
But thanks for asking. Yes, she'll appreciate it. Hearing you asking about that. But CF says beautiful jewelry. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No flatulence allowed.
It's a real tough one. I mean, this whole thing with her making stuff on Etsy. I always said to her, you got to do it because you're enjoying it and it's fun. But you just see her get so stressed out with it. I'm putting all this stuff out, making all this stuff, and no one's buying it, and no one's clicking on the link or sharing it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it's really heart rendering to see it because I want you to do it because it's fun. It's like when you see people on YouTube when they're desperately trying to get their channel going and it's just not working for them.
Right.
You kind of know the kind of people I'm talking about there, Dick. But it's just not working for them.
Yeah.
And they're getting frustrated, and he's just like, oh no, you got to be. It's got to be coming from the right place.
Yeah. But she needs time for social media and some sharing and stuff. Like, it doesn't just happen easy. You're lost in a sea of people, and you need to we'll keep shelling it out in the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem is like anybody else in that sort of like similar sort of thing, where you see someone else who's just doing exactly the same as you. And they've managed to hit the algorithm, as it were, and they're doing really well, and that's that's always going to be depressing to see. That's like, why that and why not me? And
but that's the whole thing, right? It's
it's tough.
Yeah, it's you got to have the mental capacity not to go there very often and just do your thing, and But it's not easy for sure. As me being a former musician, it's a lot easier because kind of did that a lot, right?
Yeah, you must have been used to what would you call them? Not even hecklers, or just like, did you have like bad experiences playing?
Oh yeah. More than once we had a situation where we were instantly like, okay, so what we thought we were going to play is not going to work. What do we all know that this crowd's going to be into? Oh yeah,
Rawhide.
Yeah, exactly. Total Blues Brothers thing, right?
Yeah, because the thing is, I'm assuming, your bands that you were playing for, you weren't bad.
No, I was always in good bands, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I was.
But you can just hit a bad audience.
It's a bad mix. Like, you got a promoter who didn't fully think it through. They were thinking more about what they liked than the bar, blah blah, and so on. But you got to make it work, man. You're there, right?
On the chicken wire.
Yeah. Remember the first time that happened to me? I was like, holy shit, there's chain link fence up between the, it's like, what the hell?
I thought that was just a Blues Brothers thing. I didn't realize
that
actually happened.
Yeah. And there's a reason for it. It's, rednecks.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, for the love of God. Really? But I saw some crazy stuff doing that, for sure.
Oh, God, I wish we had video.
I'm glad we don't. Oh yeah. Yeah, most of those days were not for public consumption. This was like the end of the 80s and into the 90s. So it was still very much rock and roll's a free for all and y'all get the right to do it because you're musicians. So it was crazy, right? It was awesome.
See, there seems to be an interesting thing that in like North America where a bar likes to have a live band on no matter what. And because as you know, I've got a few friends who are gigging musicians. They go around playing in bars.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you see the videos of them performing, there's more people in the band than there are in the bar.
Yeah.
And I've never quite understood, and they get paid nothing, pennies.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why are they even doing it?
It's
the bar that is, not the musicians.
I've seen that as well. Like when I was into things, it didn't take more than about a year or so until I was more or less always playing to at least an okay audience, gigs that actually like, where you knew like you had mass tickets in advance sold and stuff and whatnot. But I remember as time went on, more and more often, you would start to see where you had a guy with a guitar and a girl singing with them playing keyboard, and the rest of it would be like, sequenced and, a couple things. And so many places go into that more and more. And it was in a direct result to less people in the live music venues, right? As time went, I think literally not being able to smoke in bars was a rough change for rock and roll.
Yeah. I guess it would be. Yeah, because they're all outside.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Although what I have seen is what they end up doing is they move the stage outside, and and then they get pissed on with the rain and all kinds of stuff. The amps get knackered and whatever, and but
it still goes on.
Yeah,
But yeah, being a live musician now is harder to do than it was then.
But it's funny what you're saying about people coming on with those like sequencers and stuff like that, because there's some great like giggy musicians who just go out with Jesus Christ, what do you call them, pedals, where it just like repeats the music, loopers.
Yeah.
And they just like and they'll play a fantastic set just using a looper in themselves. That was great.
Yeah.
But no, one of the things I saw recently was do you remember the band Erasure?
Yeah.
Now I saw Erasure at a university student party thing before they were even heard of, before they were famous, and it was literally the two of them on the stage. The guy had the sequencer and all the kit. What's his name? Dave? Was it Dave Stewart?
Not sure.
And it was fantastic. And at the end of the show, he basically introduced the band by this is the Yamaha DX9 drum machine. He just basically went through the kit, and the entire gig, it was phenomenal. It was really good. But recently it was like 2 nights ago, there was an Erasure track came up, live Erasure, and it was them with several guitarists, two live drummers, and just a massive and vocalists and all this a massive entourage of people playing the song. I was thinking, it was nowhere near as fucking good when it was just the two of them.
Well, the Pet Shop Boys did the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They got all orchestra about things and stuff, and over the top too. That happens once a musician really starts to learn the studio. They're just like, oh, and then I could do this and put this, and it just all gets out of control, right?
Do you think it's also pretentious when you have real rock and rollers when they think, well, their music is so good it should have a classical orchestra behind them?
Yeah.
That gets a bit sad.
Yeah, especially when the orchestra is just like holding notes now and then and stuff, and it's not orchestra at all, right?
Oh.
Yeah. It works for like Yngwie Malmsteen, the classically sounding metal guitar player, because he can play orchestra, like he can play all the Beethoven songs and everything, right? No problem. So he can do that. But the other guys, I know what you mean. It's just, yeah, just more sound. So it doesn't really, it could have been a synth, right?
Because they look at people like Beethoven and Mozart and things like that, and thinking, yeah, they were the rock and rollers of their day.
Yeah.
Therefore, I am just like them.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if they were here today, they would smoke you off the stage.
Yeah.
If they had all that stuff available to them that that musicians do now, God, the stuff that they could be cranking out would be amazing.
Yeah, it's like the two idiots traveling through time in the phone booth, right? When they Buddy goes psycho on the keyboard. That was awesome.
Yeah, Bill and Ted.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I need to refresh my drink, so 1 second here.
Okay, so he's leaving me with him, leaving you with me. And I was just taking a sip myself, having to think what we could segue onto next. And my mind's blank. What do you guys think? You got anything you want us to bring up? Big Hendrix fan. Overrated. I saw a fantastic a meme of a bronze statue of Hendrix, and underneath the meme it says, "Oh yeah, he owed money to Jabba the Hutt as well. Then did he?" Oh dear. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I made it.
The jerk is back.
I was thinking, if you think about a classic car that would be really cool to turn into an electric car.
Yeah.
There's very few that you would want to really do that to, because you wouldn't want to butcher a classic Ferrari and take out its V12 or anything, right? That kind of thing. But the DeLorean.
Yeah, because we talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, the DeLorean has a piece of crap drivetrain in it, and it's not even a very comfortable car, so you wouldn't want to go far anyway. Perfect choice, right?
It's the weight of the batteries, though. The batteries are pretty heavy. If you took a Rolls Royce Silver Shadow and took the engine out and put batteries in it, it would weigh the same. It already weighed like 4 tons when it started.
Yeah. It's like the weight of a council house, right?
Yeah.
Those things are crazy. But yeah, but there's so many cars, like classic muscle cars and stuff. You wouldn't want to do anything to the drivetrain and stuff. And, like a Lamborghini, if you got one of the Bizzarini derived V12s, you don't want to touch that,
Lotus Esprit S1.
That's a candidate for electric because it's going nowhere in a hurry, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Beautiful car.
But by the time you get to the later turbo models and then into the V8 turbo and stuff, they're capable. So, Yeah. Hey, Skits.
Yeah, but you're right with the DeLorean, though. Yeah.
I was just watching on YouTube recently. Somebody's kind of doing a rebuild of one, and like 130 some horsepower. What's the point?
That he's probably got more horsepower in the starter motor.
Yeah.
Just switch the engine off. Just keep the key ignition, turning the starter motor.
Yeah, exactly. There, yeah, probably more efficient. That makes it electric, really.
Mm.
What do we got here? Okay, we're okay for time. A little bit longer. But
interesting to see. It's like electric conversions on like really, really old cars, like cars from the 1930s and stuff like that. Because I told you the story the other few weeks ago when I was driving back, and there was someone had one of those big Bentleys with a huge. You could. They were trying to get it started. It wasn't starting, and he was trying to get it going, and you could smell the petrol fumes from across the road because this thing was just like pumping the entire oil rig's worth of oil
just
through the engine, just boom, 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 to try and get it going. But it'd be interesting.
Pistons this big, just gobbling fuel. Yeah,
they are beautiful, and such fantastic pieces of engineering. But you could strip out of that, put electric in it, and you would be assassinated by the collector, the car collectors community.
Oh yeah, but there's more than that you got to do on a car like that because it's got that old world British craftsmanship of handmade. If you touch the mirror controls, the electric mirrors, the gear shift lever, or anything, it's broken and it'll never work again. Right? That's just how it's going to be. It's like the Lotus S1. You brought them up. Have you ever seen somebody remove the dash? There's no wiring loom. They don't all run the wires together. It just looks like an Italian dumped spaghetti behind your dash.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Every wire is just loose on its own.
Really?
It's horrible. It's horrible to see, but it's a handmade car. They didn't give a shit, Yeah. Yeah, I love a Jaguar there, Richard. Absolutely. Especially the older ones, Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. So, when this, and chat, this is all on you now. We've got to make this channel huge so we can, to Mr. Beast level sort of thing, so we could invest and build our own.
Yeah.
The Shills electric car.
Yeah. You know what we'll do is we'll go around buying up Model Ts and we'll electrify them. Who had that idea in the chat? I just stole it from Slicks.
No, definitely the sleeker cars, the sleeker sports models.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, you were saying, about electrifying older cars, right? So there's this whole thing where the older cars, like the really old cars, are all actually starting to lose value now because there's less and less people that have them as their dream car from when they were growing up and stuff, right? Yeah, there's this whole thing that happens where cars go up and up and up and up and up and up in value, and then a few like the 250 GTO Ferrari will probably always stay super valuable just because it's like art now. It's like trading a painting. But your average car, like 1929 Cadillacs and stuff, they're not anywhere near as expensive as you'd actually think because there's just not that many people that give a rat's ass anymore. Yeah. Like right now, the JDM 90s cars are super popular and going up in price and whatnot and blah, blah. And to me, I'm just like, that's all plastic crap, though. Like, who would want to sit in that interior? It's garbage. And I don't want a car that's going to go stupid in price that I couldn't leather over the awful plastics and vinyls and stuff if I was going to, take an older car and make it cool. So I don't see why anybody would do that with, why would you let one of the last Supras or whatever, just because it's from Fast and Furious, doesn't mean it's worth 90 grand. Like, it's stupid,
So you think we're going to stop seeing people collecting, VW Beetles and, the camper vans and stuff like that and getting a Prius instead?
Well, how there's you know how there's a super premium to the the more windows in your VW van, the more it's worth?
Yeah, you've got the split screen, yeah.
Right. No, but I mean the little windows that go around the top. Like people count those windows, and the more you got, it means it's a rarer option, so it's a more valuable van. And
okay.
And less people are going to give a rat's ass about that.
Yeah.
Right? You know? What's Dick drunk on? No, that's gin and tonic. Gin and tonic.
He's drunk on life.
Yeah. But that's, you know, that's how it goes with collecting, right? Until it's something gets to be like Van Gogh level, and then it's just always valuable, right?
I did see this interesting thing about somebody who was making these electric vans, but they were taking stylings from like the 1950s, you know, so, you know, it was, you know, like a two-tone.
Oh, cool.
It's hard to describe really, but, you know, you got the headlights like sitting on top of the fender sort of thing. And like it really had like 1950s kind of like delivery van sort of like style to it.
Right.
But these are purely, you know, new builds, carbon fiber, you know, interiors, and, you know, the door cards and stuff like that. So it's all.
I'm getting a scary mind vision of that awful Chrysler PT Cruiser here.
Yeah, but not quite. A bit more classy. A little bit more classy. Oh, the PT Cruiser was an interesting concept.
I
would say kind of like the hot rod that should never have been, and it was never hot or roddy.
Yeah. Mick Riley in the chat says something that all owners of the brand say: "I love my Jag." Absolutely, yeah.
My Jag.
I came really close. The last car I bought, I don't have a car at the moment, but the last car I had bought was a 944 turbo. But I came really close to buying an XKR. It was really close, but then the 944 being a 4-cylinder turbo, it's just so much more economical when you're not on the throttle singing it in a back road, right? You know? And I like a more lighter sports car versus a slightly more heavier Grand Tourer, even though the XKR is, you know, it's badass, right?
Oh, so no S-type Jag for you then?
No, I now that I'm like in my...
With a bonnet that's like 40 feet in front of you.
Yeah. But with fibromyalgia and stuff now, my next car, as I get ready to, you know, be driving again soon, will not be like stick shift, driving in the back roads thing. I'm kind of done now. I just need something a little bit more comfortable and whatnot.
Talking bloke in the chat says Rocket was recommended to you guys from a Ukrainian stream, and in spite of Donk's wrongness about Hendrix, damn it, I'm gonna subscribe.
Thanks, man. Awesome.
Hey, I just take the piss out of stuff. Don't worry. Don't take anything I say to heart. But yeah, Hendrix was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for joining us. We
very
gained a
much
sub.
so.
We gained a sub.
Woohoo.
We're going to do our 7,921st sub party tomorrow.
Is that what it is right now?
We're going to do a 4-hour stream because we got a new sub.
Yeah. 7,926. So almost at 8K. Everybody do that share button a couple of times, and we might get there pretty soon.
Hey, talking bloke, you've got any friends? Yeah, bring them along. We don't. We've run out of friends to try to get to subscribe to our channel. We both called both of our friends, and they said fuck off.
Yeah, I got a rock.
Yeah, I get enough of you in real life. I don't need to see you on bloody my computer screen every day as well.
Yeah, if only I had one of those fucking orange phosphor screens, it would make it more tolerable.
Oh, they were cool. Stop it.
Yeah, I like that kind of thing. Still makes me, nostalgic,
giddy.
Yeah. It gives me a tickle and a wafer.
It is kind of funny though when you think about it. It's just like when you're talking about displays on computers back then. You had the green display. Oh no, this one's orange.
Yeah, the orange I always thought was even more exotic. Yeah.
But it was. It was always the special one. You never saw it. Like everywhere. It was always the green displays, and then no, this one is orange.
Yeah. My buddy back in the day had a TRS-80 Model 1 set up, and when I got my Commodore VIC-20, he was so properly jealous of the color and stuff. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Funny coming for you, colorblind anyway. So
yeah, exactly. Well, partially, right? Yeah, get everything wrong.
Everything was bloody purple.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many colors you got on your computer? Well, 16. According to the manual. But,
9 that I recognize. Yeah. It happens a lot. It's funny. I'll be like that brown car over there, and somebody will say, "Where? Right over there." Yeah, it's like gray. Whatever. I mean,
I can't.
It's not bright.
I can't imagine. It's really hard to imagine, not being colorblind, what it's like to be colorblind.
Yeah, it's weird.
And it's almost next to impossible to describe to someone else.
It pisses me off because you all get things wrong so often,
You went. Yeah, you got a lovely red sweater on today, Dick, by the way.
Yeah. Brown.
No, it's great.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm terrible at that. When it comes to like when I do have to do like photo editing or whatever to do thumbnails and stuff, when I'm putting the colors in for the words, I use the number values because I'll just screw it right up otherwise. Yeah.
Pantone reference.
Yeah, totally. Just makes it easier for me, right?
See, the other thing as well, someone says in the chat, Alucia says, how do you describe color to someone who's blind? Yeah, it's just like no concept whatsoever. Funny thing is, I didn't actually realize about a lot of people who are blind. When you think of blind people, you close your eyes and you go, oh, I can't see anything. That's not what blind is.
Yeah,
because you are still being fed stuff to your brain, and it's just guff.
Yeah.
And that again, this is what we're talking about. It's so hard to imagine what it's like because you're still seeing stuff. It's just meaningless.
Yeah.
Or just a glare or whatever. Yeah. And like you say, how do you explain colors to someone who's never seen a color? Same with like deaf people as well. How do you explain sound?
Yeah.
To deaf people.
Yeah, exactly. That's a tough one. I'd have to think about that.
Or how do you talk to a dolphin? Without masturbating it.
Yeah, without exhaling.
Yeah. Take it to the first. I don't know.
Yeah, because you got to keep the, yeah. Well, let's see here. No big hurry yet. Okay. I have no feeling for time today. I'm just lost without clocks. I have no idea what's going on.
You're lost without what?
Clocks.
Oh, okay. Phew! Because I thought we were going to have a grand discussion then. Finally, Dawson comes out. Oh,
yeah, great. Now we're going to the after show.
After dark, after pitch dark.
Yeah, bomb drop. So let's see here.
Yeah, what
valuable advice can we give everybody before we wrap this up? Yes, as we opened the show earlier, those 3D spade looking little plugs that people use in their bums probably do get tested by somebody for quality control. So if you're a purchaser of one, make sure you clean it well before you use it.
Yeah, I do test them, but I'm a taste tester. So
see, still good consumer advice, right? You never know.
Yeah. And they're delicious.
Yeah. Clock rollbacks are coming up.
Oh God, yes. What day is it? Saturday. Is it? Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, we're rolling back. So that means I'll be joining you an hour earlier.
Yeah. Fall back. Spring forward, fall back. So you'll be joining an hour earlier for a week.
Oh God. Oh, that could make things difficult for the Starsky show because it's already hard enough at the 8 o'clock because it will now be 7 o'clock. Does Ukraine have the same thing? Are they losing an hour? So.
Hey, you know what? I better get in touch with a certain somebody to make sure if tomorrow should be pushed back an hour my way to match with his time because he might not be available an hour early, right?
Yeah.
Normally, I just say, fuck you guys and do it to my time, right? But I should check with him.
In this case, it would probably be better if you fit with the rest of us.
Yeah. I'll have to.
Because I mentioned this with you, a few weeks ago, as far as Starsky is concerned, and I've never even thought about it. Does anybody else know in the chat, what the Ukraine does with daylight savings?
Yeah. We'll have to look it up. But I've got them in like private messaging in the background, so I'll just
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure it out there.
Does that mean the war starts an hour earlier in the morning? Well, when they all get up, have their breakfast, go to war. Does it? Yeah. Do the Russians have a different schedule? Go, oh no, it's daylight savings in the Ukraine. Oh no, we can't start shooting people until 8 o'clock.
I believe the username is Najeri in the chat. There was a question, did you learn to be able to tell the difference by using the hex or RGB numbers over time, right? And I did have a little print shop business of my own for a time, and it did actually work that way, but it falls apart because people aren't kind enough to me specifically to put the hex or RGB numbers of their shirts and stuff on, printed on there so I can tell. And then that way I could say, oh, that's a lovely red sweater. I know it's not brown. Yes, it's red. Too bad, right? Because it'd make my life easier. You could put the hex code for the car on like the rear fender, so I could go, oh yeah, that's a lovely green.
So, as a printer, what do you think about Pantone? The Pantone reference color. You know what I'm talking about? Pantone referencing. Yeah. So Pantone had this thing for years. They still charge a fortune.
Oh yeah,
for their color swabs and stuff like that.
But you got to rebuy them every few years because the media wears out and it doesn't last and it's not accurate anymore. Like, oh my god, yeah.
Can you imagine what they were like when the internet came out and computers, when people say, oh, this is the RGB color. This is the color that it's exact. The RGB color is perfect. The numbers, these are the numbers to get that color, and it kind of like it kind of like takes away their kind of dominance of the of controlling what color is being used, because you can do it with three numbers.
Yeah, when I had my printing business, I had a Color Monkey Photo, which is a spectrophotometer, so I could calibrate the printer inks, the paper, the screens, and everything. So that code worked perfectly on all my gear, no problem. It was I can't see how you can't make your own reference just by using the gear, right? You know, it worked for me. I was even able to do it so I would print the spectrophotometer pattern onto a t-shirt transfer, put it under the t-shirt, and then scan it. And it cost me like $30 in making t-shirts, but I was able to get it. So it was seriously, you know, in sync. It was great.
Yeah, Wayne the Sane says, you know, you can, Photoshop will give you the Pantone reference with a click of a mouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, but what it's doing is taking RGB and then converting it into the Pantone reference. And it's like, well, why did you have to do that? Because you've already got the RGB. You don't need the Pantone. So Pantone is kind of like, it's redundant. Outdated. Yeah. It's redundant.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They must be pulling their hair out.
Yeah, it's like dragging a horse in a trailer around in case your car breaks down so you can still have a horse and carriage.
Love it. You
know? Yeah.
I wonder how many other things, you know, like that have just gone away because technology. Thank you. We don't need you anymore.
Yeah. You know. And there's there's a lot of baggage from pre-press technology when it comes to like imaging and printing and stuff that's no longer there anymore because we're not using presses. Like people are printing their own thing, and modern printing's
or Letraset.
Right?
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
big time.
Having sheets and sheets and sheets of Letraset, and you're like scrubbing that fucking thing down, and you peel it away, and it all comes off, and you go start again, and you've used up all the E's, and you haven't got enough left.
Yeah.
And you always ended up with like these huge sheets of Letraset with just like some letters on them. You're not going to throw it away because it's still valuable.
And mine always looked like they were done by somebody having a mild seizure because I'm just not that accurate with things like that, you know?
Never. Yeah, I'm sure they made it in such a way that it never actually peeled off properly, you know, exactly. Yeah. So you had to use it again. You don't see that shit anymore.
No.
That's funny. Oh god! And not only that, they used to do it. It wasn't just like letters. They'd have like graduated grids and stuff like that. You know, so you could like shade. You could probably use it in comic art and stuff like that.
You could waste hours making one fancy page, and people would look at it and go, "Yep, okay, great," and you'd be like, "But that took me 4 hours," you know.
Yeah, now you just upload you load up Illustrator.
Yeah.
One click, you're done.
Yeah. You know.
God, that must have pissed them off.
Oh man. You know. I can't imagine that switch. And some of those companies were really late to the play too, you know. Like a good example would be BlackBerry and touchscreen technology. They're like, that doesn't matter. We own this market. We're fine. What the hell happened? You know?
Yeah. Like film print, Kodak, things like that. It's just like, who prints their photos anymore?
Yeah. And it's funny to watch like an old movie, like even Back to the Future, that's not that old. The Libyans, when they're chasing Marty, crash through a photo developing booth that's in the mall, right?
Yeah.
You know, I had to explain to my son what that building was. He didn't, you know.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah. You know, and my son's on the spectrum as well. So, you know, I totally, you know, I showed him a video of people developing film, and that's how it used to work.
Wow.
And yeah, you know, like I wanted to make sure he got it, right? Yeah. It's funny. Yeah. I remember somebody even said in a movie we watched recently, I'm going to go and get a job in one of those photo booths. Oh, no, it was Johnny Fever in WKRP when he thought he was getting fired from the radio station. He's like, you know, people drop off their film. I get to see it. I hand them their pictures. It sounds like a great life. It was funny.
Well, there was a movie with Robin Williams, wasn't there? That photo booth.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And also the thing, but the 1 hour photo places, like you used to go, and they'd have the machine where you actually see people's photographs being developed and going, you were doxing people on the street.
Yeah.
And you saw all the stuff coming out, and you get the stickers over your photograph because it was fuzzy. Everyone's a bloody critic.
Oh. My buddy and I, we realized all those disposable cameras they had near the end. Remember those?
Mm-hmm.
They have really badass capacitors in them to do the flash. So we would go to the camera shops and get those cameras once they were, no longer used. The film was developed, right? And we'd rip them apart and grab the capacitors, and we'd put them in like, mint boxes or whatever, and turn them into wicked little taser boxes, man. Holy.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing we didn't get caught, because afterwards I realized, if that had ever been used in a public situation and they found it, they would, it would have been like, what the hell? But we were just screwing around having fun. It's not like we were making them to sell or anything, I just knew that it would work, right? I remember when my buddy tested it too. This is when we were working in the pot shop selling pipes and everything. We were making these in the back room. And he decided that he would be the guinea pig and tested it on himself. And the first one was too strong, and he must have shot himself 5 feet across the room, man.
Yeah.
It was unbelievably funny. Oh, Jesus.
The funny thing is, though, can you imagine, today, you bring this product to market, and what it is, it's like a camera, it take your photographs, and then you throw it away when you're done.
Yeah. What a landfill generation, right? An entire camera. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to call it the iPhone. It's $800. Once the memory's full, you have to throw it away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get 200 calls or 1,000 minutes, whichever comes first. And
it just plays with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing. We're kind of back into that situation again, just more expensive.
Yeah.
Things are getting thrown away left, right, and centre. Just, I don't know. We're not solving the problem. We're just making it worse somehow.
Yeah, exactly. There's just more copper and mercury in it now.
Yeah. God, those landfills are going to be worth a fortune in the future.
Oh yeah, be really like a dystopian thing where people are digging through for a living.
Oh, they got a lovely bit of mud over here.
Yeah.
Why would you become king anyway?
I didn't vote for you.
Yeah, always Monty Python in this somehow. We always do that.
Always. Yeah, just the kings of truth and reality.
Come see the violence inherent in the system. Well, we should probably get ourselves wrapped up here, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. We should.
Yeah, it's getting near food time for me. And then, maybe what I should do is just get my damn personal Discord account made, because, I've said it a few times, but I have been secretly hoping I would get control of my old one back, and it's not happening.
Yeah.
So yeah. And maybe it seems like I'm going to have a child-free evening. There's no sign of him being dropped off tonight. His mom's a little erratic, so probably be tomorrow. So after food time, if there's nothing going on, I will do the sign up on Discord and jump in and see what the hell's going on in there.
Okay, yeah. Cause a bit of a stir.
Yeah, I don't, might as well. I mean, what am I going to do? Sit there and stare at the goddamn TV, right? So,
You can always watch Firefly.
Yeah, but I can always do that lots, I think
I've been bugging Dick to watch Firefly for ages, because I've just rewatched it and it's just so fucking good. And I was telling Dick about this the other night. I watched this guy talking about why you should watch Firefly. And the first reason why you should watch Firefly is you can tell the people who keep recommending you to watch Firefly, just shut up. Because now I've watched it.
Yeah, and point proved right there.
But it's well worth it. It's well worth it. But
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I can tell you the chat is just going to say, yeah, watch it. It's brilliant.
Yeah. So,
because that's the problem. That's the problem is you have there's two camps: people who have seen Firefly and people who haven't. The people who have seen Firefly say, "Fantastic, you got to watch it," and then you have the other camp of people who haven't seen it yet. So it's almost like Star Wars, where when that released, that you could only find a handful of people
I'm sorry,
on the planet who had never seen it.
But when it comes to Firefly, you forgot the third camp. Who gives a fuck? I mean, there's just a lot of people that don't care. It wasn't, it wasn't that big a thing, right? That's the whole thing.
No, you haven't seen it yet, so don't. We'll change you.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure. It's in Dick Flicks, so I'll get to it.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We will we'll see you all soon.
Go to bed.
Yeah. Take care,
Good night,
everybody.
No. Kisses.
Remember. Yo, so let's see, what do we got? We thank CF Beauty for helping with everything in the background and stuff. That's what we do because you got to do it. We've also got CF Beauty running the mod team with BME, Shayna Caldwell, and PJ CNET. Plus, we had NANA and Purple Rhymes with Orange helping out and doing things as well tonight, and NANA super chatting as well. So a huge thank you to everybody.
Yeah, no, and again, I'm going to come and say thanks to all the people who support the channel through super chats and donations and stuff like that, because it really does help. We'd like to see more and more people coming and joining the community. We've had some great people in our community, and you've got the VIP pass into our little dark level secrets, and you come join us in Discord, stuff like that. And if you like the show, please hit the like, share, especially the share, because it helps the channel grow. Just do all those lovely things that help, and come back and tell us what you think in the comments.
Yeah.
After the show's done, just refresh it and tell us some stories. Tell us some stories that we can bring up next week.
How was your day?
Yeah.
What are you up to?
How was your sex night?
There you go. So thank you all for joining us, everybody. We'll see y'all soon. Good night.
Stay shilly.